you. New House Speaker Mike Johnson is in day 2 of his first full week as Speaker of the House, and Democrats have wasted no time attacking his character, even his religion.
You heard that right. The Bible doesn't just inform his worldview, it is his worldview. In fact, during his first speech in his new job, Johnson suggested that his election as Speaker was an act of God. Talk about a bit of a humble brag there. So what exactly has God apparently called on Mike Johnson to do? Well, his views on policy are essentially what you'd expect from a religious fundamentalist. They're more divisive than they are divine.
So that's where the Democrats are. If you believe in God now, you are a religious fundamentalist, or so says Jen Psaki. Joining us now for reaction, former Pennsylvania Senator and presidential candidate Rick Santorum. I see you, Senator, shaking your head. I had the same reaction. The attacks on the new House Speaker have been completely below the belt, particularly the stuff about his religion from Jen Psaki there. What do you make of the way that Mike Johnson's been treated by the media in his first now 6 days as Speaker?
It just tells you how foreign this whole idea of Christianity, Judaism, biblical religion is to the left. They have completely removed themselves from what used to be traditional mainstream American thought. They have become what they have always resisted. They have become socialists, Marxists. They've become anti-religionists. These are folks who, like Karl Marx, see as religion as an opiate of the masses. It's not true. And so to hear Jen Psaki say this it's shocking in some respects. But what do you expect? I mean, listen to the intellectuals on the left. Listen to what college professors all across this country are teaching our young children. Why are you you shouldn't be surprised that someone who is a mainstream typical Christian who just says the Bible informs my life. I think most believing Christians say the Bible informs their life. It is the center of their life. But to them, this is scary Halloween stuff to them.
Yeah, it's too bad that that's where we are right now. Meantime, across town at the White House, Joe Biden's approval rating, Jimmy Carter, 1980. He's at 37% according to Gallup, okay? And he's lost 10% of the Democratic Party in a new News Nation poll. And now Senate candidates, a lot of people are talking about this, but Senate candidate Carrie Lake has a theory about what happens next. Listen.
You're seeing Gavin Newsom, who has been a complete disaster to the state of California. The Democrats are trying to lay the groundwork for him to run. It's pretty obvious if you're watching him. He's over there in China meeting with the guy who will really be in control of the Democrat Party.
So, Senator, we've talked about this for months now. I think it is so obvious that Gavin Newsom is planning on running for president or stepping in if Joe Biden backs out or something happens with his health. What do you make of Gavin Newsom in China, meeting with Xi Jinping, by the way?
Yeah, what Gavin Newsom is doing is doing a little celebrity, tour, if you will, to put himself in position to say, hey, I'm over here. I'm not going to run against Joe Biden. But if you guys decide that it's time to throw the old man off the out the back of the truck, I'm willing to hop in. And that's what he's going to do. I don't think it's pretty clear he's not going to run against him, but he's certainly auditioning for the role if they decide to dump him. And if you look at what's happening in these recent polls, he's losing his base because of the war. He's losing the folks who are pro-Hamas, which you'd say, well, who's pro-Hamas? Well, a big chunk of the Democratic Party, obviously, because that's why Joe Biden's numbers are decreasing. And it's a fundamental problem for the Democratic Party that they have gone so far left that they have become that hard left has become the anti-Semitic party. And Joe Biden, at least I give him credit for this. I don't think he's going to abandon that. Now, the question is whether he'll be strong enough to support Israel as much as they need it.
Senator, I just want to get a quick one. The Des Moines Register had a big poll that came out yesterday. So you won in Iowa not that long ago. You won the Iowa caucus. So Donald Trump picked up a point. So he's gaining in the polls, at least in Iowa. But now Nikki Haley's tied with Ron DeSantis at 16 points. What do you make of that about 20 seconds?
Yeah, I think it's down to DeSantis and Haley as the alternatives. One of it, particularly if now the Pence is out, I think others will get out in the next few weeks and months, and we'll see who can pick up those votes as they come apart, and whether Biden failing actually has an impact on Trump, positive and negatively.
Yeah, good point. Senator, we'll pick up this conversation real soon. Thanks so much for being with us. Good to see you.
Bet.
Former Pennsylvania Senator Rick Santorum there.